Alright guys, Jack here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons. What I've got for you today is a reaction analysis to this cover here of this dude wearing a Darth Vader helmet and playing some Tommy Emmanuel on guitar. So this was a request made by Vero through Patreon, so shout out to you man and cheers for recommending this to me. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. I just checked out the original version, so if that's out first or whatever, I'll put the ITA up there so you can check that out for reference because I couldn't think of the song off the top of my head. But that is fresh in my mind. I've just finished listening to it. So yeah, let's see what this guy's got going. But before we jump into this, I'm going to talk about what's going on while the video plays. So if that's not your bag and you just want to listen to it, this probably isn't for you. The other thing is that playing guitar well these days isn't kind of good enough. It maybe was in the early days of YouTube, but you normally need some sort of gimmick or some sort of shtick. And even something as simple as wearing a Darth Vader helmet is often enough to make people go, oh, that's a bit interesting, and hang around a bit. There's a few folk I've seen. I think there's a guy who used to wear a Boba Fett helmet on Instagram, and I've seen a few things like that popping up. But I'm sure he's probably got the chops to match it up, otherwise I don't think this would have been recommended to me. But far too much from me. Okay, so the first thing jumping out at me here is the sound quality is a lot lower, obviously, than the Tommy Emmanuel one, because this sounds like it's just been recorded through like a phone or webcam microphone, which isn't the end of the world, but it does have a slightly honkier sound than you'd otherwise get. Beautiful articulation so far, anyway. Hammer on from nowhere and a little cheeky hit. Okay, cool. Great technique. The left hand just makes it look effortless, and it's not. So it's this thing again where you got the do 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 kind of boogie bass line with the chord strums on the top. Some little flashy things thrown in as well. Cool. The accuracy you need for this kind of playing in these jumps. It isn't easy to do. Bit of hybrid picking for the fast lick, nice. Oh, beautiful rundown. Great timing as well, really keeping a nice steady tempo. Just fantastic lines. So there, I'm going to pause this for a second because you'll notice that he's strumming above these frets here, and it's not a showmanship thing. Well, it might partly be, but it just does a slightly different texture to the sound. Makes it like a bit smoother, but also a bit kind of more sparkle to it. So you can hear he's doing almost a question and answer with himself. So the chords being played kind of further up the neck are a bit quieter. I think he's kind of thrashing it with the kind of the answer part, I suppose. A bit quieter. Dynamics up again, right? Great use of these jazzy chords to add a bit more intrigue to the kind of boogie melody, right? Fantastic pick and attack, really accurate. Okay, that's cool. So hybrid picking, it's using the pick for the lower strings as fingers for the higher ones. So you get that nice dun, 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 percussive sound. His fingers are playing the kind of fancy melody part, right? That's nice showmanship. So, right, that was kind of cool. Just doing these slides up the guitar. Oh, he's in a different tuning slightly. Might just be down half a step. But anyway, instead of just doing it with the one finger, all that's happening there is I'm going 2 on the low E, hitting it one more time on the 3rd fret, sliding up. It doesn't really matter where you get to, just as long as you kind of come off the fretboard at some point. Instead of doing that, we had a thumb, I think, and then a nice. So you get this kind of. I clearly need to practice that. It's an incredibly cool trick, though. I'll probably put that one into the workshop. So a lot of learning goes into a piece like this. Nice. Again, this is the kind of gimmicky thing that's quite funny. You know, like the Darth Vader helmet, but there's the chops to back it up. Crashing the life out of that guitar. Really dropping the dynamics. Right hand is a force to be reckoned with. Huge chords there, big stretches. Oh, beautiful landing as well. That's just brilliant, wasn't it? Just like the original version, I'm totally spoilt for choice in terms of things I could go over. There is a really cool little trick he did here that I didn't pick up on before as I've gone through it and looked for some bits to poke about at. So I'm going to break that down now. Okay, so the bit in question is this part here. I've slowed it down so you can hear what's going on a bit better. Cool. So that kind of run going down, I'll put it up to speed just for reference as well, right? Beautiful. So he is down in half a step down E flat standard. I'm just going to be in standard tuning, so if you wanted to play along with this, you'd need to tune down. But what he's doing is letting the E string ring out while doing that run, because if you just have a run by itself, if you know, it can sound a bit weak. If you still, particularly because if you're doing this kind of boogie underneath, if you have like a backing and then you take it away, the guitar can sound a bit kind of sparse. If you want it to be dynamic that way, where you want it to be quieter, is a great tool to use. If you want to still have a bit of beef, because we're in the key of E, this lick is in E, you know, you can leave that E ringing out while you do your lick. So I'm going to break down what he's playing there. I messed it up a little bit, but you hit the low E string. If we're going up to the 12th fret on the E string, hit that once, pull off to the 10th. So I'm going to stop hitting this one just so you can hear what's going on more clearly with the lick. We're on to the B, where you're going to pick it, I think, twice. So 12th fret, then 11th, pull off to 10, slide down to 8. So then we basically take that lick and move it down an octave. So, but here. The way he's playing it though, there is another sneaky trick going on, which is really quite clever. So you're doing this 9 to 7 on the G, pick it once, pull off. Then we're going to go 9, 8 on the D, pick those, and then pull off to the 7. Then rather than going down here, or here, what he's doing is picking the open G string. So, you might think, well, why are you doing that? Because it'd be easier to slide down. And if you think about it, the reason is probably because after this there's a huge position shift. From here to here isn't too bad, it's more or less in line. But if we had to jump from here to here, it's quite a lot. So a way to get around that is if your last note, instead of playing it there, if you use the open string, you can let that ring out while your hand moves to the next position. The next position is down on the D string 2nd fret. You're going to pick that once, pull off to the open. Then we've got 2 on the A string, pick the 1st fret, pull off to the open. Got the 3rd fret on the E. I think there's a little bend on this, and then you're back into this kind of boogie thing, so like an E5 power chord. So if we play through that from the top, you have great line. Now, not only is playing it fast like this quite tricky, but also mainly from playing electric guitar, stuff like this I find particularly difficult because I train myself to mute strings that aren't being played in case they ring out, because when you've got an electric guitar there's much more sympathetic resonation with the strings, a lot more slot, particularly if you're playing with gain and overdrive. So for me, letting that string ring out, if every part of me wants to mute it, this hand wants to come in to stop it there, this finger wants to come over the top. So if I'm playing this line, I have to tell myself constantly, don't mute the don't mute the E string. With that in mind, I'll have a few pops to get it up to speed, and I'll probably edit out most of the outtakes. Oh, because I'm putting the wrong string. Oh, that's about as clean as I think I'm going to get it for now. I am cheating a little bit here. The way I'm picking it, which you might be doing here, I'm not entirely sure. It's a wee bit hard to tell with the audio quality. But I just pull off here, and then I did 2 pull-offs on the B string. And the same with the G string. Pick, pull off, pull off, slide. Then pick, pull off, pull off. Then that open G string. Then this one, I find it difficult to get the articulation if I don't hit it twice. No, we're up to near the Sky Standard or indeed Tommy's, but no, I'm quite pleased with myself. I'm not an acoustic guy, so I'll give myself that one. But yeah, cheers again to Vero for making that request. If you have your own, you can hit me up on Patreon. Hit subscribe to keep up to date with the channel. Check out these videos if you want more guitar and reaction analysis stuff, but take it easy guys, and have a good one.